Today on MOE'S Toy Room, we're going to unbox from Mezco and their 112 collective scale pose, play, display. Here comes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Toy Room, come from my room to yours. And if you are new to this channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss another video like this coming your way. Also, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. It only helps our channel grow for the future. But anyway, folks, here is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's America's most bizarre, brutal crimes, pretty much of all time. Here is their 112 collective scale from Mezco. Here is the front of this package. I've been waiting a whole long time for this. You could tell they always send them in mailers like this. You always got that outer plastic. So I tend to leave mine on, and after I review them, I like to put them back in because they display very nice right where they're at. This is one big giant display piece. This is for ages 18 and up. This is for adult collectors only. This is very extreme, not intended for children at all, period. So if there's any children watching this right now, please cut the channel off. But I have my channel rated up high enough, so I should be all right. Anyway, 112 collective pose, play, display, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Mezco on the bottom. Here is the back as this beauty right here. This is what you get. 3 equally gruesome heads, portrait including the infamous pretty woman, and old lady mask as seen in the film. Also brings a chainsaw with whining sound. All right, that's going to be interesting. 8 interchangeable hands, cleaver, bone knife, mallet, and bucket. Also 2 chainsaw blood splatter FX attachments to the chainsaw, mallet blood splatter attachment FX, and a Mezco 112 collective display stand. So adjustable stand with adjustable post, whatever you want to call it, is also in there. There you go. This is what we're looking at right here, folks. I will repeat, it says it right here in the corner, not a toy for children, intended for adult collectors only. Here is the other side of this package right here. All right, folks, so if you are used to the bigger 112 collective boxes, this one is a lot smaller. So Mezco is tending to pack things in a whole lot different. Before, they even used to have a sleeve that used to cover the packages, much like my original Halloween Michael Myers one and my Jason one came with that. So the packages were a lot bigger. They tended to shrink them down, and I noticed that the moment that I got my Halloween 2 Michael Myers came just like this. So now they have it to where you have to unpack it like this, and then you would bring your stuff out like that. So there you go, there you have it, and there is some instructions right there, folks. So all right, so let's kick this in. Here you are to verify that this is a real product right here. So Mezco 112, welcome to 112 collective, designed by collectors for collectors. Product guidelines, here you have it there. Also, it brings the instructions, so you will have instructions for this baby all the way. So for your activating up your chainsaw to see how this thing works. So we will see how that goes. And then here is the man of the hour. Look how that thing is packed. That is a thing of beauty. So right there you have some really good package work. And they tend to really like do it right. So everything's packed in there. There's a couple of trays. See, a hand fell out and a knife fell out and all that. All right, so let's pull this guy out of the package and see what he brings. All right, folks, so we are back. I want to point out the chainsaw right here. It's going to come apart right there, okay? So you're going to gently peel it apart to pull that off, okay? And you're going to be exposed to this. And you're going to have the little push button there. But yeah, this is what you're going to do. You're going to undo it. And you can see where it has a little thing for the, you could just measure them out, you know, to really get it in there. But yeah, very nice touch. I think it's really cool. Make sure you put the batteries in right. It did bring its own batteries. And this beauty will make some noise. So I wanted you to check this thing out. So let me put this beauty back together. All right, so I got it to snap together. No, the chain is not going to spin or anything, but it will make noise. I'm going to see if I can get it on my... You're going to press here. Let me put my mic next to it. See if we can press this thing. That's what you're going to get out of it. It's not too loud, but yeah, and it goes on for quite a while, folks. All right, so obviously it brings a chainsaw. You can see the chainsaw right there. It looks really good. It has even the gas thing and the primers and pump and everything that you need for your chainsaw. So it has it all. This is very nice. I like what they did with this. And look, you can see the blood, the artwork, everything to this. Super nice. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. He brings a bucket, his blood bucket. You can see that, and the handle does move, which is really cool. Looks very real, but they put some blood inside to really make it look authentic. Really nice, and it almost feels like steel, so it's really cool. I like what Mezco did with that. They also included his clothes, so he's going to have extra clothes. He has the 2 different aprons, and then you flip it to the back, and he has his tuxedo jacket. So yeah, it's all up in there. They also included this. So this is kind of like your certificate of authenticity, kind of let you know what you're getting. So yeah, you can use this, and then you can put the parts in it if you choose to. It's like a little baggie, so you can put the parts in it if you choose to throw the package away. So they included that. Okay, and then we were included with I believe this is the mallet. Looks real good. Hard material too, very, very nice. And it almost feels like steel, folks. So Mezco did a excellent job with that. Looks like you have the cleaver. And then they included some blood effects. So you got this one. So this blood effect would go just like this, I believe, over the mallet, or toward the front of the mallet. And then you would have your blood effect on there that you could use. Really cool piece. And then it leads us to this piece. So you're going to need the chainsaw for these. So you have some pieces here. So I'm not sure really as to how these would go on. So you could just throw them on however. Yeah, just one of those things. So there you go. Maybe I'd have to work with it a little to really get it going. And then you have this other one right here too that looks like, not sure if they snap onto this or what, but there has to be a way to get this thing to really look like that. So maybe they snap together. So we'll have to work on that and see how this thing is. All right, so then we have the bone knife. It's very small and it's a bone. Yeah, it's a bone. He made a knife out of it. Not too pokey, but definitely do not leave this around children because this will be swallowed up really quicker from your pets and it will not be good. So yeah, it's that kind of smallness and very sharp. All right, then we have a whole lot of alternate hands. So it looks like we are getting 8. So let's try and piece these together. You have like 2 grabbing hands. See how these look? They almost feel like hands too. Like they did a really good job with these. Then you got some dirtied up ones. Dirtied up hands. So some of these like this. You know, Actually, it goes more like this. Yeah, these would be the pair. So you could see that. And then here would be the other pair. You can see them there. Really cool. Look at the bottoms of those, how they look. And then you would have kind of like his normal hands. Where these would be the ones where he would be holding his head when he figured out that there's more than one person out there, that he might have made a mistake. You know, when he freaking whacked the one dude with the mallet, he knew more was coming, so he's sat in that like chair and he's like holding his head, trying to figure out what he just did. And then you have the old lady mask. This looks very impressive. I love the way this looks. Looks fantastic. You can see the bottom there, how that looks. The head work going on looks real good. Mezco did a super job with this. And then here is the cross-dresser mask. This will be the one that he would wear with the tuxedo. So this mask is, and even like the regular mask of this one, are very highly sought after and can go for a lot of money on eBay and everything else. So if you see any of these, grab them. You know, if you see a full-size mask of this version, for sure. Any of the Leatherface masks go quickly, very fast. Okay, so now we are treated to, let's see here. I'm not going to bring them in yet, just yet. Here is the stand, and you could pop that stand out and you could plug this in, and then you could have this if you want to. I would normally just use the stand, but yeah, it's going to go right back in the package anyway, and stored until I have an actual display case for these, because these are high-end toys, folks, and you don't want them just, you know, getting damaged with any kind of dust or anything like that. And then here is the man of the hour, Leatherface. All right, folks, so our Leatherface is checking in slightly from bottom of boot to very top of hair, slightly over 6.5 inches tall. And if we do centimeters, he's going to be probably about 16.75 centimeters, to pretty much be exact. Our Leatherface comes equipped. You can see it almost looks like he has one bigger leg than the other. We all know the actor who played him, Gunnar Hansen, I believe is no longer with us. But yeah, this was way ahead of its time and had people running out of theaters, fainting, everything else. People did not know what they got themselves into when this movie came out. And you were treated to this, you know, a deranged family. So I will show you how he looks. His mask looks very good. I like the way it looks. The whole side thing and the back. You can see that. And then they got it even down to the belt buckle. The belt feels real. The pants are real. The necktie, super. And then the boots. Look at the boots. Look how the boots look. Wow. I mean, I don't even know how Mezco even dresses these guys, because the clothing is so fitted for them. And he even has a collar. He even has his teeth bracelet, I believe, on there. Just everything is just done right. All right, folks, so it is review time. We will give our Leatherface a turn. You can see that right there, how he looks. I definitely got to get a turntable. You know, I'm going to order one as soon as this video is over. I think I'm going to order one. So there you go. Head does look down real good. Looks up excellent. This is how these Mezco figures roll. You know, hits that Michael Myers side to side perfectly. Obviously, the head being on a big ball joint can do that. So is it on that ball joint? It sure is. So there you go. Yeah, and they go back in place perfectly. So here you have the hand movement. We are treated to a double jointed elbow. You can see that. He does have his bicep swivel in there, And it's hard to get his arms to go all the way around because the clothing is fitted for him perfectly. And then obviously these are Mezco figures, so the hands move effortlessly. And then they hit 90 perfectly. You can see our Leatherface doing his thing. And as far as rotation, he's on that joint right here underneath his chest area. So you're going to have some rotation there. And then you're also going to have some waist rotation right there. Tends to have that big belly, and they put it right in there too. So this looks like the real deal. Like you're having like the real guy. His hips don't lie. They move really good. And then that's what I'm going to get there, because this dude, he's just going to barely run after you, you know, and he's just going to wobble, and you think that you could escape him, but you can't. You know, he just has that kind of endurance. He's one of those built guys that can just go, you know. So, and then he obviously has that double jointed knee, so you can see that right there, and more of that. And then as far as like rotation, it's going to be at the top of the boot. So the boots are going to have the rotation on them. And then they also have, look at that, joints right there. So right there at the ankle, it has the joints. They go down and up. And then, do we have tilt rocker? Yeah, we have a little bit. Yeah, we do have some tilt rocker on this guy. So our Leatherface is fit. All right, folks. So here is our standard Leatherface. What I did was I switched out his hands. And then with the one hand, in order for it to hold on the very top right there, I actually put the hand on first. For that way I don't break any of this housing. And then I plugged it into his arm. And that's how I got it to work. Be careful putting this hand on, because that piece will come off, his little teeth thing, his teeth charm bracelet. And I left this loose on him the way that it came. I know that there's a way that you can cinch it up if you wanted to, but that's the way it is. And then I had to take his head off after I put his feet through it like that, in order to put the rest of his butcher thing on. So yeah, that's how our Leatherface looks right there. And he mounts to the stand perfectly. I mean, this dude just does it. He just has it all. All right, so here is our Leatherface with mallet in hand. Yeah, that's how he works there. So it does go pretty good. And this is the other alternate hands. So this would be the one where he just opens that sliding door and just cracks that dude right over the head and is flopping around the floor like a fish. That would be that thing that he's holding in his hand right there. So that's how our Leatherface looks, and that's exactly what he would be wearing too. All right, so here's our Leatherface in old lady attire. As you could tell, I did not tie the apron on this one. I left it like that because, like I said, it's going to go right back into the package. But yeah, that's a pretty good idea as to what you can do with this figure when you get yours. So if you are a Leatherface fan and a fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, this would definitely be a good piece for your collection, or for any horror movie, die-hard horror movie collector's collection. So I switched out a hand to hold the cleaver. The hand that's going to really hold the cleaver are going to be one of these hands. So these would hold it tighter, but this is the ones that I have on the chainsaw. So I'm leaving those there for that way when I switch them over to his cross-dresser outfit, you can see how he looks there. But that's how our old lady version of Leatherface looks with the cleaver. All right, folks. So when putting the cross-dresser attire on our Leatherface, the jacket could be a challenge. So because that shirt that he has, that button-up shirt, is on so freaking tight that it's hard to get his arms to pull backwards. So I did his hand, pulled his arms backwards out, like pulled them both, tried to pull them both back, and then I slid the jacket on in order to put it on, but I did it without any of his hands on. So that's about what I'm getting there. If I could probably move him around, and so can you, and get him to really look a lot sharper, but that's what I'm getting. really fast where I could put this video together for you to give you an idea as to what you can do with your Leatherface. And look how impressive that thing is. It just looks just magical, you know, and the fact that this chainsaw makes noise is just incredible. I'm just like, my jaws like fell to the floor. I just can't believe that Mezco would do something like this. So here's our Mezco Leatherface with a blood effect on it. Clips right onto the end of that chainsaw. So there you go. That's about how that's going to look right there. So the other blood effect also has a little area to clip it onto the end of that saw. So you're going to have to really look at the instructions really well to figure that thing out. But that's how that is. And it clips right on, and he tends to hold it very nice. So that's how he looks with the bigger blood effect on there. All right, folks. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next one, folks, from Moe's to yours, good night.